Hey guys, before we get in today's episode of Joe's Bits and Bobs, I have a few things to go over. Today we're actually working on the garden. That's going to be in a different episode. But anyways, this is going to be hopefully the last political episode I do on the channel because I want Joe's Bits and Bobs to evolve into technology. So let me know down in the comments down in the section down below, and also I'll be posting a poll at the end of the video on whether or not I should launch a Joe's Political channel. So I hope you enjoy this week's episode of Joe's Bits and Bobs. And this was recorded about a week and a half ago, so here it is. Hey guys, this is Joe. Welcome back to my YouTube channel on another episode of Joe's Bits and Bobs. Today's episode, I just got a couple of things I want to go over. Mainly, I want to go over, what's been going on in the world. What's going on in South Africa. I don't know what's going on there. And what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. I have no idea. Let's roll that intro. So, what is happening in South Africa and Ukraine and Russia, and what are my thoughts, opinions? As always, you don't have to agree with me, and I would like to know what you guys think is what's going on, and I really don't like getting into politics, but stuff like this, it really bothers me, especially with what's going on in South Africa with the farmers and stuff. As we all know, about a week ago, we had the South African president at the White House with Donald Trump, and they had a meeting, and one of the media brought up about the killings of the white farmers, or what they called like a genocide or whatever it is. I don't know what's going on there. I don't think anybody knows what's going on there. And the fact that our media is trying to turn a blind eye to it, I don't like it. Because whether or not that video was true or false, or the narrative, whatever is going on, whatever's happening down there, and if they should, it should be like a no-brainer to condemn it, even if it's not going on. This is bad. Apparently there's also like tweets going on from that one side in South Africa about, that they're not going to stop doing what they're doing. It's just sad. And it should be condemned either way. And there should be a complete investigation by everyone. But there's only one side that's actually going out and doing investigations and actually finding clips of certain people saying certain things. I'm not going to, I'm not going to say what they say, because I find it appalling that they even say this down there. And if you want, you can go look at the video that Donald Trump and the White House made. And you can have your opinion on that, but either way, I don't support that type of video. I don't support that type of violence or anything like that. And the fact that the news media is just saying, oh, it's misinformation, nothing to see here. Okay, well, if it's nothing to see here, you could at least still condemn the actions, whether it's true or not true. But they don't do that no more. And, I hope everything starts getting better soon, because the way the world's going nowadays is getting scarier and scarier, with South Africa, with Iran, with what's happening in the Middle East, with Gaza, Israel, with what happened recently in Pakistan and India. Thankfully, that has hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully they solve their issues, because that could have been the start of something. But what's going on with Russia and Ukraine? Here's my opinion. It's actually a little. I'm blaming everybody in this, but I'm also blaming like the industrial military complex and stuff like that, because for a long time the industrial military complex has been gaining too much power, too much money over certain people and influences all over the world. I wouldn't doubt that the industrial military complex has its hands on Russia and Ukraine. And the fact that no one wants to have peace is telling. Yeah, I think this could have been prevented long ago. I think if we would have showed resilience back before this started, we wouldn't have a war in Ukraine or in Russia, and we wouldn't have a war going on in Gaza and Israel, let alone the potential for war in Iran, which I hope doesn't happen, because in my opinion, nobody wins in wars. We all could potentially lose. And everyone is affected, no matter who's fighting, who ends up on top. We all suffer. And we're in the age where we shouldn't be fighting each other worldwide. We should be coming together and voicing our opinions, like through social media, like YouTube, for example. We should be voicing our opinions like this. We should also be voicing our opinions at public forums and public speaking points. But the needless wars needs to stop, in my opinion. Too many people are getting killed. Too many people are dying everywhere. Just remember, Memorial Day weekend, all those people who gave our lives for our freedoms. They didn't want war either. They wanted a place where we all got along, where we all can agree to disagree. And they definitely didn't want to die. But they did because they loved our country. They loved what we stood for. And no matter how hard we try, there's always going to be a bad guy in the world. And evil will always surface. We just got to be ready for it. And it can fester in unlikely of places. Not sure how many people have watched the movie The Patriot with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's character said this to the South Carolina assemblyman, that what's the difference from trading one tyrant 3,000 miles away from 1,000 tyrants just 1 mile away? And that line, I think, is true. An elected government could become tyrannical just as one king or queen can. So we got to be prepared. We got to be ready for it. But we should be able to be prepared in a public space like this and be able to voice our opinions without fear of being canceled or censored. And we all know that. Also, this is another topic. Apparently, the COVID-19 vaccines do, in fact, cause a rare case of the myocarditis. They finally admitted that. They finally have it on the CDC website. And the fact that they hid that from us, again, is unthinkable. Goes to show that even companies like Big Pharma can be evil. I mean, James O'Keefe, he got basically fired from Project Veritas for exposing that the COVID-19 vaccinations causes myocarditis. Back before RFK Jr. got into office. And then they forced nurses to get vaccines that a lot of them, or I'd say a fair chunk of them, didn't want to get it because they're already being exposed to COVID-19 and they have the immunity from it. So they didn't get the vaccines and they got fired. And our whole medical system is, my opinion, is, let's just say it's not recovered yet. And I don't think anyone has a right to tell you what to do with your own body. I agree. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that subject, because it could turn into something else. And again, I want to know your opinions. And let's do it like in a civilized way. Let's be respectful. No name calling or anything like that. But speaking of Memorial Day, and I did have a short saying that, I thank all the veterans and all the people who have served and gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Without you, we wouldn't be here today talking about these subjects. Because our Bill of Rights is fragile. As much as we think they're permanent, they're not. They're only there as long as if we agree to uphold and fight for them. The Bill of Rights is what makes our country unique. If you don't know your rights, or if you don't know the Bill of Rights, maybe I'll do a separate video on that if you want me to go over the 10 Bill of Rights. It's the first 10 amendments to the Constitution that our founding fathers said are inalienable. That's why those first 10 appear in the Bill of Rights. Anything below that is just modifications to those existing, to add things to the Constitution. And I'll maybe even do like a 4th of July thing where maybe I'll read the Declaration of Independence for you. Because, that's what started this whole experiment. The Declaration of Independence. In a nation that was built off of unfair taxes, and we said we don't want any more. Well, over the last 150 years, we sure allowed our government to really get carried away with taxes again. I mean, I understand, I understand we have to have some form of income for the government because it needs to run, but you know, at the same time, who votes for you know, increasing taxes and stuff? It's our representatives, the Senate, the president. It doesn't go to the states to vote on. Just like sending war supplies, it doesn't go to the states. You know. We really do need to fix our country. Once we fix our country, I think then we can focus on the rest of the world and all the problems that exists. We fix our country first, then we fix the world. But sometimes we got to realize that no matter how hard we try, some things cannot be fixed. Some things is left for two parties to fight out. No matter how ugly it might turn out to be. But our foreign fathers did tell us when our country formed that the United States should stay out of foreign affairs. And over the last 100 years, we have sure gotten involved in our fair share of foreign affairs. And Congress has got to start doing their job too. They're the only ones that should be able to declare war. And ever since, I think it was either the Korean War, I think it was the Korean War was the last official declaration of war by Congress. Everything else has been done by the executive. That needs to be handed back to Congress so we can have, hopefully, a say in what we do. Again, I'd like to hear your thoughts. What happened with my mother really changed my outlook on life. We're only here for a short time. Embrace it. Try to preserve it. Most importantly, like I said in the Memorial Day short video, if you see a service member, thank them for their service, and if they want, maybe give them a hug or a handshake, and tell them you appreciate what they did. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. This is going all the way back to the Revolutionary War. Is our country perfect? No. I don't think any country is perfect. But there are far worse countries than this. Way far worse countries. Where some countries, you have to dress a certain way. Or you're persecuted for what you say. That is just wrong. Enjoy the moments. Give a hug to your father, mother, aunt, uncle, brother, sisters, sons, daughters. You never know what tomorrow brings. And sorry again for this video took so long. I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. And also, you know, a couple of subscribers met me at my job, and you know, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy interacting with you. Maybe one of these days I will set up an event where we can do like a meet and greet around here in the Buffalo area. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see would like that, because I think that'll be interesting. Just get to know you guys, in person. So I think that's going to be it for the video, guys. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you for your support, and if you want to give a super thanks or something like that until we reach our goal, I would appreciate if you go to the GoFundMe page, and I'll keep that linked in the description down below, so you can check it out and continue sharing with your friends and family. This has been a rough journey so far, and I mean, yesterday's starting to clear out some of my mom's stuff, and it's starting to get to me again. So I want to thank everybody, and you guys are helping me through the day. I want to thank you. And with that, I do want to say, if you enjoy this content and you're not a subscriber and you want to help out the channel, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and it'll help us a lot. Also, if you want to go one step further, you can become a channel member. A channel member gets exclusive perks such as early access to videos such as this, and it starts at $2.99 a month. And with that ado, you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you next week on Bits and Bobs. Hopefully I can get it right back on track on the Sunday release. And till next time, see you later.